Hey guys, we're here with the co-founders of 1inch.exchange. If you guys can just confirm you can hear them, that'd be great. They'll be doing a talk on the DEX Universe for Dummies.
Hi everyone, here's Sergey. I'm CEO of 1inch. I hope you can hear us. Please confirm. And here's my CTO, Anton Bukov. And we are going to talk. Yeah, I see you can hear us. So we are going to talk about DEX Universe, about different DEXs protocols. We are going to compare them and show you what we did with the knowledge about the protocols and the exchanges, DEXs, and what we solved at the end of our kind of trip, yeah, and in this DEX universe, and how you can benefit from our knowledge from our protocol. So, Anton, here you go.
Okay. Sergey, turn off video.
Yeah, sure.
So I hope you can see our slides. I'm not gonna show them full screen because I would like to see like miniatures on the side. Okay, so we're gonna dive deep into DEX protocol space. So what is like exchange itself? It happens when two type of persons who wanna buy, second who wanna sell something, they meet each other. So when demand meets supply and they agree on some price, they can perform swap. So initially it was on exchanges presented like limit orders and market orders. Those who want to swap on a fixed price and provide liquidity, they are makers and they can create limit orders. But those who want to just swap and don't want to wait, they could be called like takers and they perform market orders. They can perform it immediately, instantly, but they could meet price slippage. This happens because like there are like two kind of buyers and sellers, makers and takers. So it depends what matter for you. If you want to swap on exact price, you would like be a maker and you will wait until someone will fill your order. But if you want to swap immediately and you don't care if you will have some slippage, you can execute a market order. So we built like classification of the access. First kind is order book based. Second is liquidity based, which are automatic market makers, smart contract based. And third type is aggregators. So first type, order book based DEXs, they all have market makers and takers. So they all like manage some kind of limit orders. Historically, first DEX was Ether Delta. It was on-chain DEX with on-chain orders. Then they also provided some off-chain orders, but they like had not on-chain market orders. So you can observe these orders from their server or from events, and you can fill only orders you found off-chain. Then 0x protocol happened with AirSwap. They're pretty similar. The difference is that AirSwap do not allow partial filling and looks like a tool for market makers. But 0x is like a more common protocol for producing off-chain limit orders based on cryptographic signatures. And it have two different kind of servers, 0x relays, which are centralized, and 0x mesh, which is like permissionless And also one more DEX, which is also order book based, is Oasis. It differs a lot from like Ether Delta, that it also support on-chain market orders. So it manages ordered list of orders and allows you to fill as much liquidity you wish by the best possible price. So that's how usually order book looks like. Orders are grouped by the price. So there are some people who want to buy cheap and sell high. And when you perform market order, this happens on top of these orders. Also, you can like show this order book like this, buyers on the left and sellers on the right. And yeah, the next type is liquidity-based DEXs. It is also could be called like automatic market makers. It usually works like there is some smart contract which owns some tokens, and it provides some prices based on some formulas for everyone who wish to swap any subtoken to any. First of these projects was Banker. So I have like illustration of how they could be presented. So the first one was Banker. Initially, it was about having pairs of assets with BNT. It's like having a lot of pools. Each pool have BNT and other token. And in white paper, they also had ability to manage multiple tokens in single pool and have different proportions, but initially they did not implement this. Then Uniswap appeared like a super simplified version of Banker with like a simpler formula. Also, Balancer appeared recently like a more general case of Uniswap. It's like multi-dimensional Uniswap where different tokens can have different proportions, and Balancer pools will keep like these portfolios in balanced state by providing incentive for arbitrageurs. Yeah, and also one recent project is curve.fi. It behaves similar to Uniswap, but works on different formula, which is more suitable for stable coins of the same asset. For example, on this image, you could see stable tokens of USD, but this also could be stable tokens of Bitcoin, for example. So Banker works on this formula. I'm not gonna like dive really deep into describing how exactly it works. But the core idea was that if there is like low liquidity of BNT token, it could be like instantly printed. It called like instant infinite liquidity. And smart contracts will remember how much BNT was printed to later burn it. The Uniswap formula is much simpler to understand. It's like multiplication of balances of Ether and token should be kept constant. And how exactly Uniswap works, it behaves like smart contract thinks that it's always balanced. The cost of Ether and the cost of token is equal. And if you wanna swap some amount of Ether to token or back, it can compute based on this formula how much it should return to you. The more you swap, the worse will be the rate, sure, and it's not possible to grab all the token. So that's how it works. So the next step is like Balancer. Its formula is like more general than Uniswap. it's like multiplication of balances in the power of proportions should be kept constant. Yeah. So it behaves similar. When we're talking about Uniswap and balancer, it behaves like what would happen to your funds if you will put Ether and some token to Uniswap. The short answer is that you will get like instantly rebalancing portfolio of two assets, one of which is Ether and second is other token. But for balancer, it's like keeping your portfolio always balancing, always balanced, and like instantly rebalancing it by providing incentive for arbitrageurs also. And about curve, it have like a different formula, which could be tracted, explained like multiplication of balances should be equal to the average balance in the power of number of tokens. So you could see on this chart that curve is using a formula which provides better rate, and it is only suitable for the tokens which should be like almost equal to each other. They should be like stable tokens of the same asset. So, Sergey?
Yeah, I'm going to continue. The third part is the aggregators. The first aggregator who started to aggregate was Kyber. Kyber built an only on-chain solution to just find the best reserve with the best rate, and that means they're looking only for one reserve. But still aggregate among all to find the right one. Yeah, Kyber is still there. They is going to upgrade to a new version. Where they plan to aggregate more. How we got the insights. Yeah, and we can continue on to the next slide. Aggregator 1inch. Our project was built on a hackathon. We had just the idea to optimize the aggregation. Yeah, and we found out that we can solve a big problem DeFi on DEXs. The big problem of DEXs is that we have a lot of distributed small liquidity pools such as Uniswap, Banker, Curve, Balancer, and so on. And if you as user need to swap somewhere, you need to know where is the best price. So if Uniswap has not enough liquidity, you will have maybe really bad price, bad rate because of the huge price leakage, because of the mathematical formula, which Anton mentioned before. So, and what we solved is we just found out that we can distribute, we can use a dynamic algorithm to find the right distribution among multiple reserves, not only one, what Kyber was doing. And based on our dynamic algorithm, which works on-chain, also off-chain, we are able to find the best rate. You can just imagine every DEX has own liquidity, and the liquidity looks like, the liquidity pool looks like these buckets. And if you jump to the next slide, Anton, such a bucket has a specific amount of liquidity, yeah, and our algorithm can detect how many tokens should we swap on which exchange to get best rate, yeah. On to the next slide. This is an example from the user interface, what it can look like. So we solve it this way. So in this case, we are going to swap 5,000 Ether to DAI, and we swap 60% on Oasis, on Kyber 10, on Uniswap 29, on 0x relays 1%. So again, next slide. So here you can see a table where we try to make it transparent for the users. To not trust us, just to verify that. The 1inch aggregation, what we built in the last like almost 1 year. So we have this month the first birthday of our protocol. So we built a truly open source smart contract under MIT license, which can be used by anyone, also for business proposal. You can just take the code and use it for own business without taking care about like publishing your work on top of our solution. And also like our off-chain aggregation, we can also aggregate among 0x. So Anton mentioned that the huge problem of like 0x and AirSwap is that they is off-chain. Yeah, and this is really terrible if you have a smart contract and you need good rates. You cannot just call ask 0x, give me please a rate for specific tokens. Yeah, and for that we have to aggregate off-chain. Yeah, and we support both. So here in the screen you can see by this kind of aggregation, what we do among several liquidity sources, we have all the time the best rate. You can see here the green light is Kyber, and Kyber use here in the first steps all liquidity pools, and then at the 80% of the volume. Just imagine we have like 10,000 Ether maybe. At 80% of the volume, Kyber just dropped to the gray line. This is Uniswap. They just dropped they pull into Uniswap liquidity. So and yeah, because of this algorithm, we are able to deliver best rate. Yeah. So that's actually it about the DEX Universe for Dummies, and also this aggregation part. And we would love to answer your questions if you have any. And yeah, keep swapping.
There is a question about link to the slides. Yeah, we'll share the slides. Not right now, but after.
Yeah, Anton, can I drop it? So we have Telegram group. You can join. Just 1inch. You can find us on Telegram or on the right side of the navigation on the 1inch.exchange. We can drop it in the Telegram group as well, so everyone can download it directly. Are there any other questions, maybe about the algorithm or something else? I already mentioned we are completely open source with the on-chain solution. We got some grants from the community, and we started to build for the community, not for like business and making money or print money. I don't know. It was just idea to solve a problem, yeah, in the DeFi world. And there's another question. How we make money? Actually, we have volume, right? And so you have seen we have Kyber integrated, for example, and Kyber provides affiliate payments. And if we bring volume to Kyber, Kyber pays us for that. That's it.
Yeah. This looks like revenue sharing.
Yeah, it's like revenue sharing. Yeah, and what we do with the money, we mint gas token, or we buy gas token on Uniswap, and we burn it for every user transaction to reduce the gas cost by the half. Just like a hack. I guess we were first who used it in production, except all the arbitrage traders before. And the initial idea comes from arbitrage trading. We were hacking and arbitraging before the New York hackathon last year, and just had the idea then on the hackathon. Okay.
There is one question about how does 1inch decide which percent of share of trade that goes to each DEX? That's what exactly 1inch solves. It finds the best distribution among DEXs to achieve the best possible price. Also respecting gas fees, because different protocols, it's like different gas amount. So we'll also respect this. You could see, like, if you want to swap like less than $1, you could possibly see that you will receive less token than other protocols could give you. But this is because of we also respect gas costs. So getting one more DAI and paying $5 more for transaction makes no sense usually.
Yeah, I guess better wording is we are getting into account of gas costs. Yeah, for that. Yeah, already Anton said it's very, very important to get into account of gas costs, because like you can swap on maybe on Banker, for example, or Kyber directly, and you will pay more for gas than you will get of the tokens back in dollars volume or value. Okay. Do you plan to be aggregator for liquidity providing, not just token swapping? So this is a really nice question. We decided to be a DeFi aggregator. So we started with being a DEX aggregator with this token swap solution, but we have more for sure. We didn't mention it here in this DEX Universe thing, but like in the presentation, but we support already multiple liquidity pools where the user can provide liquidity with just a few clicks. Yeah, we have earn space on 1inch. In the navigation, you can click it, and we are like last integration was combination of Curve and Synthetics. So right now you can provide to SUSD Curve pool liquidity, and then you can get these pool tokens, and you can stake it in a Synthetics contract to get like 25% of APR. And I recorded a video about that. If you like, you can check it out.
Okay. We have a bunch of questions and votes for the questions on the bottom link. Ask a question.
You mean these are like
on the bottom of this page? You can find button ask a question, and there is like ordered list of questions with votes.
Okay, I see. So okay, very nice. Okay, I see. Yeah, we answered already the question about how we make money. So we actually, small hint, we plan on token, I guess. Be prepared. But this round is not about, I would say, 1inch. It's more about like DEX Universe aggregation. What does the name? The name 1inch comes from Bruce Lee 1inch punch. You know this 1inch punch from Bruce Lee. He just pushed guys like with a really hard and very efficient punch, and we are really efficient on the blockchain as well. So it's like this idea. What do you think about looping? Anton, you can maybe give some insights about the integration of looping.
Yeah, we have some thoughts about integrating layer 2 solutions like looping, IDEX, and other. So we also had like talks with these teams, both these teams, and yeah, we think we have an idea how to provide integration. We could provide volumes to them, and they could provide liquidity to us. So we're gonna also achieve this in like upcoming months.
Yeah, and the general ideas. So maybe some words from your side, Anton, about looping, the technology.
The technologies would be like similar to grabbing liquidity from like centralized exchanges. It looks like arbitraging between two DEXs.
Okay. So what you are planning to develop next? So we have a huge backlog to bring new features for the users, and we try to fill the needs of the market. So our next big step is to provide access to centralized exchange liquidity for DeFi space. It's a little bit complicated and needs some paperwork and also some engineering work, but we know how we can achieve that. So you will have less price slippage by swapping on DEXs, because we will provide access to centralized exchange liquidity. So also a huge new space would be derivatives, like leverage trading. It's coming because we built on ETH Denver prototype. Actually, it was MVP. We were able to aggregate among Lightning protocols like Compound, Aave, also Maker, to provide a possibility for the user to create leverage position up to 5x. So this is also a great thing. We have nice features like stop loss and take profit. I have seen that Noah also integrate these features. I'm not sure if they just if they have seen what we built on ETH Denver and created after that these features, but maybe before, but whatever. This is like the idea is on top to provide just similar usability which you have on a centralized exchange, but on decentralized platforms and in decentralized manner without a middleman. So so we answered already the question, how does 1inch decide the percentage share? It's a mathematical calculation, and we use, like, normally you have to find out, you have to try out all the combinations to find the best way, but we use dynamic algorithm which can detect it really fast. So so about the liquidity, I already explained. Any comments on Uniswap v2 or Banker v2? So Anton already contributed to Uniswap v2 source code. He created several pull requests. Yeah, and it was already merged. Yeah, we are working with everyone in the DeFi space. So we are right now in a communication with Hayden Adams, Uniswap guys, and the whole team. To have, of course, Uniswap v2 integrated from day 0 in 1inch, and maybe some insights, some thoughts from you, Anton, about version 2 of Uniswap and maybe Banker.
Maybe about Banker v2, because we were like very interested in the thing that they built with like Oracle powered liquidity pool, because we had like very similar ideas. So we were working on similar thing, and yeah, we are gonna check what exactly they built, and we'll like compare.
Yeah, that's very interesting. So we had this just idea about like oracles and pools, and Banker just delivered like in this direction. I'm not sure if they implemented like we did it already. So we are right now in testing with our pools. It looks really great. Yeah, not the arbiters traders earns, only the liquidity pool. Liquidity provider earns money.
Yeah.
So
let me elaborate.
Maybe not too much, because we have to still to deliver it like a new thing. Yeah.
the whole idea was when someone swap huge amount on Uniswap, he have like a slippage with a few percentages, but liquidity providers do not actually earn on this slippage. Arbitrageurs earn on this, and the idea was to make liquidity providers earn additionally on these high slippages. So the slippage could be the same as in Uniswap, but liquidity providers could benefit from this, not just arbitrageurs.
Yeah, someone asked for a link to our chat and Telegram. So I guess it's our channel, but you can, there's a button, you can jump to the chat as well. Okay, where I can see your roadmap, you are saying sounds, all you are saying sounds amazing. Thanks for the positive feedback. We didn't publish the roadmap because it's like we have own roadmap, internal roadmap, but we didn't decide to publish it yet because like if you are going too in detail, we will have maybe troubles with copycats, and we don't like to show all the I don't know what is the right word in cards, playing cards. Yeah. So it may be too early to answer, but in a more abstract way, do you envision products like 1inch eventually being so useful that you could implement a monthly SaaS subscription model or something similar for access to make it free to use, pay for advanced features? So from my point of view, it's not necessarily to create like services as it means service as a service. I'm not sure, but like creating such things like subscription is makes not really sense. Like we are talking with a lot of wallets. For example, Pillar Wallet integrated us, and other like Argent was talking with us, and other wallets, and they are really interesting to use our technology. And we say, guys, we are under MIT license with our on-chain solution. Use it, yeah, copy it, fork it, contribute. I can give you a good example of why we decide to go with MIT license, because like Apple, for example, built real great product on top of Unix BSD, yeah, and they contribute a lot back, yeah, and they create really great solution. If they wouldn't have the MIT license, they would just not use BSD. They didn't use Linux because of the license, yeah. And we say to the whole business in the world, use our software, use our knowledge, and benefit from that. And if you like to contribute, yeah. And making money means not like we don't need your money, yeah. We need the money from banks. Like all the money from the banks should come into put it in DeFi and should circulate here and work and generate profits, not only for us, also for you guys. Yeah, software as a service. Yeah, right. So. Yeah.
All right, guys. So we have time for one last question. If you're done, just let me know, and we can transition to the next session.
We have 2 minutes, right? Still.
Correct.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but so software service. Sorry, guys. Yeah, it's my mistake. We provide also API. It's also kind of software as a service, but still for free with some concerns, like you have to provide the Infura keys because it's very expensive for us to run on Ethereum nodes, but still for free. And you can also just take our Docker image and run in your infrastructure as well. And it's like Facebook, you know, right now making money is a bad thing, I guess. Like, or to try to earn money, yeah, and it's really bad thing. First, the end user, you as DeFi user, is the main point why we have built it, Yeah, not because we try to earn like 100K, 200K right now. Okay. Yeah, that's if you have any other questions, so we are running out of time. Join our Telegram group. We speak not only English, we speak also Russian. We have 2 channels. So just ask, yeah, and we try to answer. I'm speaking also German, so if you have troubles with making questions here in English, we can describe in detail. So thank you very much for everyone who joined. Yeah, stay healthy and keep swapping.
Awesome. Thank you guys so much. We're going to transition into the next